Why is that not working? Sha-la-la-la-la. Stream beats. Zack. And there we are. Back again. Today, not as according to plan as usually, we're playing Dungeons & Dragons because we've shifted actually from Thursdays to Tuesdays, our D&D session. So if you are here for D&D, welcome. If you're not and you actually wanted to watch something else, well, you will watch the D&D now. I guess, at least. There we go. And of course today's session is again with Gensha and Sage and Yosuka. And all of those three are already in the Discord with me. They're just muted for us on the stream right now. In 4 minutes, I guess I'll get them unmuted for the stream. But for now, I'm still preparing things as always, because life is stressful. There we go. Cool. We've got that. That's Brother Tiberius. That's Shast. And that is Sage / Barnan. There we go. That one's prepared. That one's prepared. I've got that one open. Got that one open. That one open. That one's open. That one's open as well. Missing something. There we go. Wonderful evening, Annie. How are you doing? Nice to have you again. May or may not have Alien Isolation flashbacks today. We'll see about that. What's good, Mephistopheles? Nice to have you. Golf and others. Doing good, enjoying the sunny evening. Well, actually, we had a rainstorm earlier. Actually 2. We had like the shortest thunderstorm in history. It was literally 1 lightning, 1 thunder, that's it. And now it's a calm evening actually. Almost sunny, calm evening. Finally, the story continues. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. And how long it will continue. We'll see as well. There we go. Had a massive storm earlier. Now absolute summer, right? It's just crazy the weather in Germany. Okay, we've got that. Who would have thought that right after having or right after getting 3 screens, I have 3 screens around here. I would say I need a 4th screen. For Dungeons and Dragons, there is nothing like enough screens if you're actually preparing stuff. Oh boy. A lot of streamers go with 4 screens, yep. It actually makes sense. But for now, 3 screens will do. Wonderful evening, Tamira. Einen wunderschönen guten Abend. There we go. And now you can hear the Discord, and with that you can hear Yuzuka, you can hear Sage and Gensha. And just one more request. As always, please do not have the video active. You can have the chat active as you please of my stream for those who are playing. But please do not have the video active because you might get some spoilers yourself. If that's like if you don't care about that, well, be my guest to have the video open as well.
No, it's right for me. I just opened the chat.
Where's your penguin? Penguin probably cycled through already. Pretty certain it should have cycled through already, because I've put it into the folder and thus it should be picked already. But let me check. It is in the folder, so it should be picked up. Let me check again. Yep. Is it the same order? No, it's not. It's a random order, so it may take other pictures before yours. Artigon, what's good? Klumpesäckel. What's good, Artigon? I'm excited. I'm excited about this session because I've prepared way too much again. Probably I've prepared way too much. I hope at least I've prepared too much. But last time, actually everything I've prepared, or almost everything I've prepared, we've been gone through, so that was good. And then right before we're starting, is everyone remembering why you're at the monastery? Why the characters are at the monastery? Like everyone, as in, are you players remembering that?
Well, yeah. We are there for me, because...
Not only.
Or... What?
But you might have missed, because you skipped 2 sessions, right? One session?
Just
2
one.
sessions? One session.
Oh...
Yeah.
The only thing that I can remember is that I got this one belt. That's
Exactly.
gonna burn me.
The ankle bracelet. Okay, cool. So, they drank too much and ended up waking up there. Artigon, that's not too far from reality, actually. That's literally not too far from what kinda happened. Well, they drank too much. They got arrested. They, at least one of them, almost got arrested. Then, then that person got a bracelet anklet, ankle bracelet, an ankle bracelet, and from there on, another character kinda got in debt with the local tavern slash barkeeper, and therefore he was sent to the monastery as well to actually get some herb delivery to pick up a parcel there. and to make sure that this herb delivery will get there, not too much in time, but it will get there safe and sound. And that is what has happened practically before we started last session. And I will do a recap in a second. I will just have to close my balcony door here, because there are some noises now outside. I don't want that in the background. So I'll be back in a second, and then we're going to start.
Alrighty.
Well, I just ate wood. Oh, wait,
Alrighty.
I'm not muted.
Who's muted? We don't mute
I'm
people.
not muted.
Okay, why
It's
is there...
not right, you do.
Why is there a note on my screen saying Sage did a recap? Okay, I know. Cool. Alrighty. So, last time, let me actually switch the screen here. Fight. No fight, Misaka. Not yet. They may or may not provoke the right people, and then there's a fight. Maybe.
No fights.
No fights. No fighting. Oh, okay, cool. So, okay, last time when we played Dungeons and Dragons, we, or actually the group, not we, the group, said farewell to one of the longest friends, one of the childhood friends, kinda, being Altex Flugbrand. Altex Flugbrand decided to go with the with a group of pirates because they seemed to have to offer more for him, and that was his decision. But he had one last request towards the group, and that is visiting Salazar Solobom, who actually didn't have any really valuable information at that time. They will further on they have or had to prepare obviously for the travel ahead, and that travel was towards the monastery of faith, the local monastery of faith. There are a couple of them, as the group will learn later on, or learns right now. But they had to prepare for that, as in doing some shopping for a card and that kind of stuff. And they got this card, which we're seeing on the screen right now. And I can drag that over to drag the players on there as well.
Marco, what is map?
Card. No, it's a card now. It's not a map. Kitty, seriously, all day you were pissed with me. Now you want to cuddle? When I'm playing D&D? Now you want to cuddle? That's a no from my side. A no from my side.
Stop,
Why?
touch me there. This is my no square.
Okay, so obviously they had to prepare, so they bought a map, not a card, a map, and
A map.
yeah, a map. Did you guys know that that's a map, not a card? And they bought some rations as well, and the whole family gathered, at least for those who could, and brought some special treats there as well. And then the group decided to take the southeastern route to get to the Monastery of Faith. They knew that it would take 13 days to travel, as the map has told them. And on that way, after visiting Salazar Solobom, they had a few encounters. First encounter were some unorganized or seemingly organized but very unstructured bandits, which have been fought off really easily and really quick.
Funnily,
18
seconds.
funnily, they thought, the bandits thought that actually no one would harm them when they're trying to rob people, and obviously, usually that isn't the case, but with this group, within a matter of seconds, as Sage just said, they fought them off. Next thing that happened was the next rest, and the next long rest, where the group realized that, or at least some of the group realized that all the wildlife is very tame and actually very trustful towards the and very trustful towards the characters. Even so tame to come right to the campfire, which is really unusual. But just a few days ahead, of just a few days fast forward, they would find another bandit group fighting two characters called Mildo Manjadeep and Ukluf Dudip, which are a fighter and a wizard, and which were actually an active emergency case, if you will so, because they had to fight some wolves, or they were fighting some wolves, where only Brother Tiberius found the strength to overcome the matter of that those animals haven't done anything to them. So he helped those poor lads, and he received like a little little thanks or thank gift in terms of 10 silver pieces, I think it was. And finishing off the travel, they rested next in Frisk, which is the town that we can see down here, which has like everything fish, literally everything fish wants to eat. And they've met the Talish brothers, and there they learned a couple of things about Velvet Valley, and those things which they have learned, let me check that, were that Salazar Solebom is not able to cast magic himself, but when he casts them on objects, it works. So he can create artifacts of great power, but he can't cast any magic that would harm persons or directly cast things on persons or non-objects. Valerian Velvet can't cast any magic, but his property, his estate, can cast magic itself, and no one else knows really why, or no one actually knows why, or how many spells that property ever has casted. And Castellan Pedro is actually the only of those three forefathers of Velvet Valley, the only magician, real magician, which can't cast anything on lifeless objects. Well, that's at least what they say. And those are kind of rumors which I have proved to be true for the players, but not for the characters. 3 more days of travel, or 4 more days of travel, the group actually reached the Monastery of Faith, where a seemingly young woman stands in the doors and greets the group by saying, we have awaited you, especially you, and pointing at Brother Tiberius. Now I know which character sheets I forgot to open. And that has pretty much been the last session. Are there any things that you want to add, Brother Tiberius or Barnan?
Nope.
That's a nope from one side.
Nope, there's also no things that I would add. But I would like you to remind me why he would point at me. I know I've been to this monastery before, but I don't quite remember the second reason why I came here today, other than helping Shast.
Actually, you've got a quest. You've got a quest, and by looking into the quest log, you will find that quest. Let me open that one for you. Do you remember that you are in debt with the taverns?
Okay, yeah, now I remember.
With the taverns barkeeper of Velvet Valley, and you kind of owe him a favor. So you you voluntarily granted him the favor to actually pick up the parcel. Alrighty, that's the one quest, and then we've got the remove the ankle bracelet. That's the other quest. And now we hop, I would say we hop right into the game, as in, I will turn down this music, and I will get you guys on, where is it gone? Where is it gone? There we go. Phew. We're going over here. Oh, need to get over there as well. And
Big
set
map.
lower center, you will find yourselves your character tokens, and we've got, obviously we've got some music there as well. Make sure to go to the cogwheel zum Zahnrad and to lower the volume as you please, because for this scenery I literally could only find 3 pieces of music, which was quite annoying. And which for some reason is not playing for me. Is it playing for you guys?
It is.
Yeah. But very quietly.
Why isn't it
Marco,
playing
real quick, are we supposed to see this text?
you're not.
The bot. Okay.
You're not seeing it.
There is no text.
I don't know which text you mean. Thanks for asking. I mean, in the end, you will find that out anyways, so it's not too much of a bummer there, but still.
Yeah, it just struck me as kind of a GM note.
It is. It is. I'm so confused. Why did my... why is it muted? There we go. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Alrighty. I guess we can start now.
Finally.
Yeah. I have to dial down the music a little bit there on my end. And now it's done. Seriously. Okay, cool. So there's this person standing in front of the doors of the Monastery of Faith in of Velvet, or of Valritas, which is the region that you're traveling in, and that's a person that you do recognize, Brother Tiberius, as Sister Brunhilde. And she's greeting you with a big smile and is letting you guys, all you three guys, know that she's been waiting for you guys, or that everyone here was awaiting your arrival. And specifically, your arrival, Brother Tiberius.
Okay.
And then she's opening the doors, obviously, and asking you to come in. Brother Tiberius, knowing what's like most of the rooms, like he's knowing the library, he's knowing the study room, he knows the therapy room as well, he knows the kitchen as well. He does not know the room upper right and the relic room as well, which is straight ahead. He does not know these rooms. Obviously, he knows the church. He doesn't know what's in the basement to the left. Right here, that's the basement. Or that's where it leads to the basement. And this is where it leads to the first floor. And to your knowing, Brother Tiberius, that's where like the sleeping rooms are, which are big sleeping rooms for easily like 20 people or something like that per room. And they are almost identically much as there are rooms in this ground floor here. You know that you will sleep here for free, like your group will sleep here for free as the monastery does. You will eat here for free as well as the monastery does as well. You know that they are making their money to have this upkeep being paid by the therapy and by like lending books to people, by cooking courses, by math courses, and all that sorts of stuff. Yeah, so you're free to enter the monastery if you guys want to.
Oh, certainly.
I go right after Brother Tiberius. Yeah, double click Brother Tiberius.
Brother Tiberius, double click Brother Tiberius. Okay, that's fine. Sister Brunhilde is looking a little bit confused and asks Brother Tiberius if he didn't bring Altix, because in the past you already brought him maybe once or twice, and she was undoubtedly thinking that you were to bring him as well.
Oh, about Altix, there were a few differences between us, and we're going separate ways for the time being.
She looks at you and sees a little bit of sadness there, and she says, you know that you always can talk to Brother Brotov about that, right? You know that Brother Brotov is basically the therapist of this monastery, and that he's like really proficient with soothing people and making them accept traumas and this kind of stuff, that he's like a really good therapist at that. I just sent you something on Discord. And that is kind of what you know as well. You don't know it in that detail as a character, but you do know vaguely that he's really good with words and that he's really persuasive in making people talk about whatever's that's burdening them.
Oh, sounds like a great guy.
Your character
But,
knows he's a
in
great
that
guy.
case, oh yeah, but in that case, I don't think it's bad enough to consult a therapist.
Yeah, she's just offering. So if you want to, you can take that offer. If you don't have to. And yeah, right next, Barnan is obviously going to the to one of the wells.
Yes. Is there a bucket on the
There is.
rope? There is. Then I will let it down and drink some water of it.
A little bit surprised because you've never been here. A little bit surprised, but Sister Brunhilde is just looking over to you and is letting you do your thing. Just as an explanation, these ones are actual lamps. I forgot the English word for that. Kind of lamp.
Kronleuchter.
Yeah, exactly. Chandelier. That's the word. Thanks, already gone. So those are chandeliers, and there's like no magical light coming from here or in this area. Everything's just well lit by those chandeliers. Very good on Yuzuka. That's stuck to my head now. So if anything's going wrong here with dungeon mastering, that's because of not Yuzuka. That was really mean. Don't need that one. Yeah, so she's asking she's asking whether she can give you something, and then obviously to your surprise, she's asking what in the first place is bringing you guys here?
Brother Tiberius will explain their two quests to her. First and foremost about Shast and that we need their help as soon as possible.
Can you can one of either of you explain that in character a little bit? What happened and why actually there's this ankle bracelet?
Sure. Well, how was her name again?
Brother, Sister Brunhilde. You should see it actually, don't you?
No.
Why don't you?
Player Permissions. Diese 3 Punkte, wenn du im Token Editor drin bist. Das, was ich am Freitag auch hatte.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, cool. I will have to do that for every... I will have to do that for every character that's on this map. Okay, never mind. There's always something. Anyway, yeah, please go ahead, Shast.
Well, first of all, I just I hate my mouse. I just take one step aside so I could look her straight in the eye and don't be behind Brother Tiberius. And I say, well, Sister Brunhilde, it is a bit of a long story right there. We've got something like a quest, I guess. And the quest was to find a murderer in our town, city, village. And well, I've gotten some conflicts that somebody would thought about that I could be the murderer. So, to prove that I'm not the murderer, I asked the chief first of all, how I could prove that prove this. And after this, he just gave me the belt and said, "You have to praise in front of the monastery of faith."
Monastery.
Thanks. Monastery of faith in front of, and say that I'm not the murderer.
The altar, actually.
Oh, sorry. The
No,
altar.
it's fine. It's fine. She listens to your story, like you're extensively explaining the story, and she nods every now and then, and then she's frowning a little bit and says, "That's a rather harsh, very drastic punishment for such crime that they thought you might have done. That doesn't really look like the sheriff of your Velvet Valley. Nonetheless, just follow me right ahead." And she's walking towards the church part up here, and is just simply expecting you to follow. At least Shast.
Yeah, I forgot the problem.
It's fine. It's fine. And depending on how close you are you standing there, or are you taking are you standing here,
Yeah, like
maybe here?
Yeah.
Like here?
Here. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Brother Tibirus, are you following as well, or are you actually heading off somewhere else?
I would like to search for whoever can give me this parcel.
It's Brother Joe. Either Brother Joe or Sister Raylar. Wait a second. Nameplates. Nameplates! There we go. So, Brother Joe, you will always find him in the kitchen because he's the cook. And Sister Rayla, hard to be found because she's like in each room all the time, and sometimes she's in the basement. You've seen her several times going there. Sometimes she's outside. So you wouldn't know exactly where she is. Your first attempt would be to go to Brother Joe and get your parcel there. While you're walking over there, obviously, this group is going there. You're following them now? Wait a second.
Oh, okay.
Are you following them?
I go to Brother Joe.
And I follow.
Yeah, I was confused there because I was dragging characters and all of a sudden Brother Tiberius was up left to the library, and I was like, wait a second. That no? Question mark? Cool. So Sister Brunhild will go to the altar. Shast will follow her, and Sister Brunhilde will tell you the ritual, like to kneel in front of the altar, to swear in front of Loyath that you haven't killed that person, and that you actually that you actually do have to that you actually don't have anything burdening you that's related to any crimes that have been that have been held against you. Following these orders, after a short while, the ankle bracelet is just opening and falling off your ankle. While you're doing that, Brother Tiberius is entering the kitchen, knowing that Brother Joe is more of a not too spokative guy. You know that you can expect him still to know that you will enter the kitchen before you ever enter the kitchen. You never really figured out why. But as soon as you're close to the door and the door is still closed, he's already greeting you through the door and happily, actually, shouting, "Welcome back to the monastery, Brother Tiberius."
Brother Joe, it is good to see you again.
You say after opening the door. And he nods and says, likewise, how have you been? You haven't been here in a very long time, actually. It's been some years.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess that is also quite normal, right?
It is. Well, for one more, for one less. Like, you've never been that guy who every Sunday went into the church and was praying to Loyath. But that's fine for everyone, including Loyath. So yeah, you're going to have a little chit-chat there and talk about about past events or past events that you resemble with the monastery. And then he's asking, "Are you here for your salad again?"
For my what?
Salad. Food.
Okay.
You know? Because as far as I remember, there's nothing standing in your background story about your favorite food. So
Yes, correct.
There's a special salad that Brother Joe is making, which is your favorite food now. Full stop.
Fine by me.
So yeah, he's asking you, are you here for your salad again? Or how can I help you today? Do you need a little cheer up? You know you can be cheered up every time by Brother Talguk, right?
Oh yes, I know about that, but there's another matter that needs my attention first.
Oh, what it is?
You see, there's been a few, let's call it accidents in Velvet Valley, and I'll explain to him what happened in the last few weeks by now, and what the problem is with Tiberius's debt. And that he has agreed to deliver this parcel.
What exactly are you telling? Like, not in detail, but just topic-wise.
I guess I'll tell him about our first adventure and how we found the crypt of the forefathers, and that we found it empty, and the return of Valerian Velvet.
As you say that, he's dropping his
Pedro
knife.
and the others. Oh, come on.
He you know that this tiefling is actually very resilient, and almost nothing. There's almost nothing out there that he fears. So you get the idea that he was shocked for a moment, that he doesn't fear what's happening, but he's shocked, and he says, so the rumors that the Talish brothers told us are true. Valarian is back.
From what we've heard, he was never truly gone. You see, apparently he was sealed in the crypt.
Yeah, is that so? I've heard that he's been killed formally. Well, maybe you want to talk with Brunhilde and with Xandros about that. You know I'm not good with history. And he starts chopping his food again and is trying to digest what you just told him. And then he realizes, oh wait, what is it actually that you need? And you will let him know that you are here for the parcel. And as you said, the debt with your with the tavern.
About the rum.
Yep. And then hearing that story, he full-heartedly laughs and is that cheerful guy that he usually is. A very charismatic guy, actually. And then he says, so you basically have betting debts. From all the people going in and out here every day, I would never have thought that you specifically would have betting debts.
I mean, I wouldn't call it betting. I just asked them to help me find Altix.
Well, what was your description of Altix?
That he's a gnome and has a white beard, and that he is my friend Altix.
What are the odds that there's just one gnome with a white beard in Velvet Valley? And he's mockingly grinning at you. And says, see? We're already talking about odds. And if we're talking about odds, chances are, see, there it's again, that it's a bet. Never mind, none of my business. Excuse me. And then he points at one of those boxes here. And he says, the upper right one, that's the one for... I forgot the name. Arr.
Mulibar?
Mulibar?
Mulibar Draktor.
Yeah, there we go. Exactly. That's the delivery from Mulibar. Oops. Are you sure you can carry that? And you see a wooden box that is as tall and wide as you. Like, as tall as you and as wide as you in your height. And probably width same. An almost perfect square.
I was confident before, but I guess not anymore. He didn't say anything about a giant crate. He called it a parcel.
Well, he's most likely going to brew his beer with that, didn't he tell you? And he needs that to have at least a couple of months worth of beer with that.
You wouldn't happen to have a wagon at the monastery that you could lend me?
He thinks for a second, and maybe you'd have to talk to Rayla about that. You know, she does the outside work. Maybe she has one. Probably she has one. Probably more than one. And while you're debating, while you're debating,
reassuring.
While you're debating whether there's a wagon, and although he's usually not that chit-chattery guy, having some more chit-chat, Shast is finally relieved of her ankle bracelet, and not now 100% surely knows that she'll not die by that. Praise Loyath. Well, at least Brother Tiberius may praise her.
Praise me.
No. Sister Brunhild is looking at Shast and says, "So, what else is bringing you guys here? Is there anything more?"
Well, our brother Tiberius isn't that were in debt, isn't that with the Malbiba tractor? And he has to get some
a delivery.
A delivery for him, so the debt could be debt. No.
The debt could be wiped away.
So that debt could be wiped away. This is the other reason. But well, thank you again for the ankle, for let go with the ankle bracelet. This one was really tight. Really, thank you.
Well, of course. I mean, you are still a believer, aren't you? You do believe in something, so I will help you.
Thank you. Really, thank you.
She's looking at Barnan and asking, can I help you anyhow as well, or do you just enjoy the view on the mountains there? She asks with a smile.
No, I think I can need your help too.
Okay.
You know, there is a man in Velvet Valley who is a murderer. He is ignored from the luck, so he tried to kill people, and I tried to give him his luck back. Did you know how I can do this?
Okay, I will have to correct a few things here, and actually, you're telling her that you're looking for how to make luck itself recognize that poor fella that isn't a murderer, and who is actually not murdering people and isn't trying to, but supposedly it is just happening because accumulated there's unfortune happening around him. Then she thinks for quite a while, and nods and says, if that's so, I would say you'd have to bring him here, at least, if not into a monastery of the goddess of luck. Praying may help him, But I've never heard about someone being ignored by the luck.
So
Yes, please, Sage.
no, go on.
Maybe we have a book or two about that in the library. But I'm 100% certain that luck never has forgot or ignored someone.
Can you please show me the books?
We would have to search for that. And she's stepping off the altar and is walking with you guys. At least with Barnan. If you want to stay, Shast, you can stay. You can still like observe the room. If you want to.
I would look after Brother Tiberius, how he's going. I guess I saw it where he went.
Well, you saw that he went off to the right side. You didn't see which door he entered. So you'd be basically wandering off. But sure, you can, if you want to, you can go over here and then you'll go over there. While doing that, you do Barnan and Sister Brunhilde are actually hearing the voices of 3 more people chit-chattering about the weather and all that kind of stuff. And as soon as the door opens, the voices are silencing, and Barnan sees like a fireplace and a few people sitting around that fireplace in the very dampened and quiet library room, where they have shelves with tons of books, and even like there's a ladder leaning against that because they're so those shelves are so tall, the ceilings here are so tall in general, that you would need multiple levels for those bookshelves. And then she says, well, you can have a look around here. Just please let me know which book you'd ever pick. I would say you should look in this shelf here. And she's walking with you over there. And she says, I'm pretty sure that Brother Talguk may help you. Brother Talguk, may you just come for a second here? And he's walking over. And after a short description of what's happening, he's thinking for a moment as well, and then he says that within these 2 shelves, they've usually like the books for other beliefs and for other religions. There should be just a handful of books about the religion around the goddess of luck. So he offers you the help to look through these books really quick. So you'd be done in like 4 hours or something like that.
Well, F time.
I guess so. Brunhilde then says that she'll leave you guys because she got something from higher matter to talk with Brother Tiberius about. From greater matter, not higher. So with that she leaves. And while she's doing that, Shast probably knocked at this door, just saw an old man sitting there with his glasses on his eyes, looking up, and says, "How may I help you today?" And Shast says, "Excuse me, wrong door." And then she actually enters the kitchen, and now she obviously hears the voice of Brother Tiberius and is relieved to see him. And you now can interact with Brother Tiberius and Brother Joe if you want to.
Oh, hey, there you are, Brother Tiberius. How's your quest been going on?
Oh, Shast, you're already finished?
Yeah, it didn't took that very long. It was a quick swear? No,
Prayer.
swear. Swear, so it's the ankle is off now.
The ankle is off now. You may not have another foot.
Very important to say ankle bracelet at that point.
Ankle bracelet.
Yeah.
That's good. It went a lot faster than I expected. Though we might have a problem with my quest. You see, this parcel that I'm supposed to deliver is actually a huge wooden crate.
Which wooden
It's one of those, and I point at the crates.
Where are those? They kind of big. I thought about some little crates to hold it like with one hand or something like this, not those big ones.
Yes, I was expecting the same, but as it turns out, that's like provisions for a few months.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, you've got any idea how we could like transport it to a Velvet? Valley? No. Wie heißt die Stadt nochmal, woher wir kommen?
Velvet Valley.
Velvet Valley.
Oh, Velvet Valley.
That was correct.
Any ideas?
I was about to ask, I think it was Sister Brunhilde.
Nope. Too many sisters, right?
Right.
Rayla.
Too many new NPCs at once. Sister Rayla, okay. So it's the other named NPC.
There's only 6 of them here.
Yeah, that makes it easy. I was about to ask Sister Rayla about a wagon of sorts.
Oh, well, that's a good idea, I guess. And who's your friend over there? I don't know him.
He introduces himself as Brother Joe and as the cook here, and is very short on words actually.
So he's like a dwarf, or
he is like a tiefling.
Oh, tiefling. Okay.
With horns. Let me bring that up. How do I do that with a token?
Shift Z.
Oh.
There it is, a little bit taller.
Yeah.
Oh.
He looks good. Oh, hey, Brother Joe. Nice to meet you. I'm Shast Wotum.
Hello, Shast.
Moterath.
Nice to meet you as well.
And now I don't know how to bring on the conversation.
You get the idea that he's not interested really in talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, he would have made it attempts himself to carry on the conversation. But right now, he's really not interested in talking to you. Apparently. But for a moment after or for a moment of very embarrassing silence, after a moment of embarrassing silence, he's breaking the silence by saying, "Oh, have I told you guys that I actually offer cooking courses now?"
Really? I'm surprised there's a demand for them.
Oh, there's people going in and out left and right here at the monastery, and it's not any cooking course that I'm offering. I'm really good with cooking, right? Like the last time you ate something, you wouldn't feel exhausted, although you have been, or after eating it and then resting, although you've been working like 3 days through, right?
Of course.
So now I thought, why not teach the people about the fundamentals of cooking, and letting them know how to cook their own simple ratios that will substitute for a full day worth of ratios.
Oh, interesting.
See? Within the adventurer realm, there should be more than enough interest in that.
I mean, it's quite interesting for me though. So I probably would like to make the course.
Yeah, it is. It will actually enable you to cook a recipe each day, one recipe, one portion, or maybe 2 or 3, depending on how plenty resources you find. And you would like gather probably a day throughout the day for an hour worth of ingredients. The course will go over the next 2 days then, and it would just come at a very small fee.
And Fee übersetzt.
Kosten.
Well, could you already tell me the fee maybe right now? Because I'm very interested in.
It's just 2 gold pieces. And he's genuinely smiling at you, and is really happy that you want to be his customer. It's a genuine smile. It's not like a smile that you see by someone who's trying to steal from you or to rob you or something like that.
Well, this is a completely fair price for 2 golds to make him to cook recipes. This is great.
Well, I will assign you to the course then, and we'll see us tomorrow. Latest. I guess we'll see us at dinner.
Yeah. Per day or the whole course, by the way? Did 2 gold
That's for the whole course.
Okay. Okay, thank you then.
And he's scribbling your name, Shast, on the on a sheet of paper, where there's already like a couple of names on there, like 4 or 5 something. So just so you know, you just signed that you will pay 2 gold pieces for learning throughout the next 2 days, like starting from tomorrow and then the day after tomorrow. summing up to 16 hours of worth of training. That you will crouch through the gardens of the monastery and basically learn about the herbs and very simple basic food that you then can cook each day yourself, so you don't have to buy ratios basically anymore.
Okay. Can I go on?
Sure.
Well, I'm turning towards Brother Tiberius now, and after he signed me in, I asked him if it would be okay if I take this course or if I do this course for him. If it's okay for him that I do this course.
Did Joe mention how long the course lasts?
Yeah.
2 days, right?
Exactly.
2 days.
Like starting from tomorrow.
We had a deadline of 2 weeks to get back.
Well,
4 weeks.
I didn't know that. 2 weeks?
Oh, right. 2 weeks one way, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
But you saved like 1 day throughout the route. Like if you are being like really precise, you took 13 days on your way here, and you'll take maximum 13 days back if there's nothing to obstruct you. So you'd be 26 days on your way, having then 2 days to spare if you would go exactly by those 4 weeks. Am I right? Wait a second. 13 and 13 is 26. Yeah, exactly.
I guess we can spare the time.
But that's really up to you. And then there may be there may be another time as well. Like you can revisit that monastery probably anytime you like. So just saying that for possible future offers.
I mean, sure, we'll go with the 2 days course. Why not? What could possibly go wrong on the way back?
Yeah, the same. I thought the same, by the way, right now.
So Joe is looking back and forth between you guys and asking, so it's a deal. You, Shast, will take the course.
If it's fine by Brother Tiberius, then yeah, it's okay. For me, though.
Then she will do.
With that, the list is vanishing into a draw. So at the latest, now I'm out. I understand only Bahnhof. Kind of sorry for you, Galaxy. But there's only 7 sessions of 3 hours per session to rewatch, so you understand everything.
I mean, you can literally do it in a day, so no pressure.
Right. And then you even would have like 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah, totally fine.
Okay. Barnan, please make me an investigation roll. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Galaxy. Thanks for tuning in.
Investigation.
Investigation. That's a 13. Yeah, the first hour is passing by, and you find like interesting books, certainly interesting books, and you find like a lot about the religion around the goddess of luck, but you don't find the right book yet. I will give you in a brief moment. I'll give you another chance to roll. And then the DC will be 10 or something. I don't want to drag that too. It will be 5. I don't want to drag that too long. The last time I've said that, I've regretted it. That's why I'm lowering already. I mean, you're stuck already 4 hours there, so don't make it more painful than it should be. Sister Brunhilde is entering the kitchen and smiling and says to Joe that smells wonderful and what he's preparing for dinner tonight. Because it's like already evening, and she's asking Brother Tiberius and Shast whether they stay for dinner, and whether they wanted to actually enjoy some time here. And that's a certain yes. So, you've been muted. That's not good.
Yeah, I didn't notice it. So, well, yes, yes, we would stay for dinner and maybe for 2 days, I guess. I've been signed in for a cooking course for by the brother Joe.
She's cheerfully clapping her hands and says, "Oh, that's great. The more people know how to cook, the more people will be happily walking on Earth." With that, she's letting you know, Shast, that you certainly took the right decision there. And that you that you will not regret it. Other than that, don't do that to me. Roll 20. I don't want to reload everything. Anyway, that character sheet is floating. That's fine. Never mind. And then she's taking or she's reaching for Brother Tiberius' hand and is asking, can we two maybe talk alone for a second? Or maybe more than a second?
Of course.
Yeah, with that, she's leaving the room.
Tiberius will follow her.
You do know her, and you do know about her aura, and that she's radiating like the strongest belief that you've ever felt, like literally felt. And thus I would explain you what it does that you're feeling that right now, but I can't because I will have to reload roll 20. The character sheet is not opening. Come on. Okay, give me a second there. This may or may not be interesting for everyone, just because it's a side fact and people love side facts. Thus, I'll have to remodel the chat again. There we go. Cool. That one's done. Music turned off for me. I'll have to replay the music. Should be turned off for you guys now.
Yep.
Cool. So I can click play again. And with that, we can reopen that one. Going there. And this is basically what the aura does. Obviously, your characters don't know that it gives like a +4 to charisma checks, but you know that she can be very persuasive when it comes to religion. Very persuasive. And even those who claimed themselves atheists, she actually made them believers as well by just talking to them. And that is whenever she stands within that aura that you guys should see. Are you seeing it? No, you don't. Ha! There we go. Now you see it.
So 5 feet around her. Okay.
Yep. It's nothing too crazy, like in distance, but the effect can be very strong.
I guess for Tiberius, who already believes in Lyoth, it's just a comfortable feeling.
Yeah, it is. It's basically the feeling of home.
It's great.
And she's walking towards this door where she never walked, or you never saw someone walking, with anyone else. Full stop. I will have to reorder that sentence. You never saw her walking with anyone else into that room because she's the only one having a key to that room. And other people may know what's in there because they've been looking through the windows, but no one got ever an explanation what's in there. This is now a very, very huge honor for you to be brought into that room. And she's unlocking like 3 or 4 locks on the door. The door is actually heavy guarded and reinforced with steel. And then you're walking in there. She's closing the door. She's locking the door even, so no one can come in. And then she just sits on the floor. And what you see is basically this crystal that you're seeing right here in the middle. And then everywhere on the walls, you do see the shadow of a tree. And it is as if you would be sitting under a tree. Although you're not. There's just a crystal right there. And then she says that... and then she says... You know, whenever I'm praying, I go into this room because this is where the presence of Lyoth is the strongest. And recently, Lyoth has been spoken to me, or has spoken to me. As I previously said, we have been waiting for you because seemingly Lyoth has chosen you, or not Lyoth herself, but one of the relics has chosen you to be its wielder. And you know that usually there's just one relic wielder representing basically a monastery, a part of a monastery of a region. per era.
Discord real quick.
Discord.
Ich hole mir schnell was zu trinken.
Sorry for the suspense, guys, but I need to clarify something with Fenghoff. Okay, cool. So Tiberius looks shocked for a moment and doesn't really know what to say, and but he remembers something and turns to Sister Brunhilde again. But if I'm supposed to be a wielder, what happened to Sir Fabricius?
For a moment, she looks confused. And then she says, well, he was here just a few days ago. And got a relic himself. So I guess that makes this era very special.
So it wasn't common knowledge that he already has an artifact before?
Nope.
Okay, then scratch that. Since I didn't know about it, I wouldn't have asked about it.
Kind of confused when I told you that he has a relict. But we can clarify that after the session. So, yeah, no, he didn't know, or you may have sensed, and that's what Sister Brunhilde is thinking. You may have sensed that he became more powerful, way more powerful, but you wouldn't know that he really has a relic. Thus, the more she is, the more she is confused and a little bit baffled. But for her, it makes sense because you are a strong believer and you are a potential person that, or a potential creature that Loyath may talk to in your sleep or something, and thus she just thinks that this may be a coincidence that you're now asking for Fabricius.
I guess I would have phrased it differently.
Well, you've never asked whether he has a relic. You literally just asked what about Fabricius? From what I got.
Yeah, like, what about this guy that's supposed to be way stronger than I am? In that kind of sense.
Yeah, that's not how I got it. And that's not how Sister Brunhilde got it.
Yeah, that's why I want to clarify it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's not how we've got it. It's literally you're just worried, and Sister Brunhilde just takes it as, or explains it to herself that you're asking right now, as in brotherly love, although she knows that there's like a little rivalry. For her, it's a little rivalry going on in between you guys. And then she says, what I said before, that he just was a few days earlier here, and yeah, that he got a relic, and that that obviously he already left, and she's not going to specify right now what relic he got. Though I might remember. Yeah, I know now. Your character knows that someone was here who already got a relic, but he doesn't know that it's Fabricius. That is what the Talish brothers have told you last session.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That someone came and got a relic.
Yeah, that's fair enough. In that case, Tiberius is just a bit baffled and looks at Sister Brunhilde with a confused expression on his face. So if there's already a wielder and I've been chosen as well, then there's two in this era? How is that possible?
We shall not water. We shall not question the wisdom of Loyath. I can only imagine that there's something about the balance. But I just believe, and that's what I've always done. So I believe everything will be good.
In that case, what should I be doing now?
Well, I will lead you to the relic room, and the relic will choose you. And she smiles in a genuine, heartwarming manner.
Yeah, in that case, Tiberius will wait for her to return with a relic, or should he follow her? What's the plan now?
She's getting up, and she says, "Follow me," and thus she's you guys are going to the relic room. This is a room, or this is a corridor, which is not lighted at all, but still you can see, and you know it's not dark vision that it's making or having that effect. It is just there's light, but there's not, which is already telling you that there's like a lot of magic happening here. You follow through the room, and this room was heavily locked. This room is even more locked, and now you can see that Sister Brunhilde is removing a few magical sigils as well. And then she says, I shall not enter that room. It's your honor. And then she points into the room and waits for you to go in there.
I nod towards her and then carefully make my way into the room.
Very carefully you step into the room, and you better do so, because there are items, there are relics flying around. There's like 2 hands full, maybe around 15 items even, flying around this room, and there are like tons of magical sigils on the floor, on the walls. The whole room is lit by a purple pinkish light that is that is pure magical energy, basically. So there's no light emitting, but there is still light. And as you enter the middle of the room, one of those items is floating from the ceiling down towards you, and there's a distant sound of a bell to be heard. And now I will ask Shast, Gensha, and Sage, do you want to see the item as well? Or should I just show it only to Brother Tiberius, because he's the one actually wielding it?
I don't want to see it.
Okay, in that
Let
case,
it be a surprise. Yeah.
in that case, Brother Tiberius, you can look into the to your companion.
Oh, I see.
To
Items.
the German. Exactly, and within the items you will find your item. And this item is floating into your hands. You're holding your hands open, and this very, very religious item, a very celestial item even, or almost celestial item, is landing in your hands, and you can feel being a step closer, a huge step closer to Loyath. And actually, the room makes you leave it with the item. You don't actively walk out of it. It is as if you're being shoved, but the floor seems to be moving in a sense that you are more gliding than walking out of that room. Because you're still like baffled looking at the item, and you're still astonished by the looks of the item. And the next thing after looking away from the item, you see yourself standing in front of the door that is now closed, and all the sigils are again warded up. So the room itself locked itself. It is almost as if it was living. Almost.
Oh.
Sister Brunhild is just standing next to you and giving you your time, realizing what has happened there. While you two are doing that, Barnan, please make me another investigation roll.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Where's my chat? There's it. Well, yeah. It is
the book.
after like additional 40 minutes ish. You open a book and you open exactly the page that you'd need to look on, and you find a solution to a very easy solution actually to the problem of that indirect murderer, let's put it that way, of that very poor fella. And you're hitting your forehead reading that solution. Honestly, I haven't prepared it. I will prepare it for next time. And you will be able to read it next time. I'll have it prepared for you. And then you'll be able to interact with that or on that or act on that.
Okay.
But yeah, you're showing that to Brother Targuk, and he says, "Let's hope that it works."
I hope so too. Thank you for your help.
You're very, very welcome. And you can see him immediately after you're done. By the way, do you put the book back, or are you keeping the book?
I think I put it back.
Do you want to like take notes?
Yes.
Okay, so you take some notes on how actually to solve that issue, and then you do put that book back. And Brother Targuk immediately starts to clean. Like he's cleaning every book, and you could swear there's all of the sudden there's like 3 or 4, maybe 5 Brother Targuks cleaning this shelf. You're taking a step back, and the longer Brother Targuk is cleaning, the more of them you're seeing, and it's kind of entertaining to watch. A little bit captivating even, fascinating for sure, and you can decide to like watch him clean in this ultra rapid mode, or you can start finding your group again if you want to. Although you're probably like, yeah, Shast probably talked to Joe. This scenario with Brother Tibirus probably took an hour or something like that. You're probably like half an hour in advance of all the other characters right now. Let me just note down, prepare easy solution for... There we go. Cool. I've noted that down. And yeah, with that, Shast, do you want to talk anything specific with Brother Joe? Or do you want to have just like a chit chat about the weather or whatever it is?
Yeah, I would like to have a chit chat about some variation of fruits and stuff like this.
Yeah, as soon as you start showing interest in cooking, you see that you realize that Brother Joe is opening up and that he's not as introverted anymore all of a sudden. He starts to talk and he starts to brag about his cooking skills. He's like showing you all sorts of fruits that they're having there. He's introducing you to the whole kitchen, and he seems to be very happy that for once someone is really interested in the cooking scene. Brother Tiberius, are you back from your shocking and fulfilling experience there?
Is that the GM talking to me, or is that Sister Brunhilde talking to me?
The GM.
In that case, it's a yes.
Yeah. So you look up and actually look now at the door that is warded up again, as I described earlier. What are you to do now? Directly abuse the item. On an instant.
No. Let us not do that.
Why not?
I mean, I'll hold the item in my hands at the very least, and
That's true.
I'll turn to Sister Brunhilde, still a bit disbelieving of what's happening here, and tell her that I've indeed been chosen.
She nods and then she says, I think I believe I know now why there's two wielders of those relics. You must know your brother got pretty much the opposite relic of what you've got. He got an relic called the Sword of Damnation. I don't know too much about it, but from what I know, it can make those that don't believe excuse me, it can mark those that don't believe and cleanse their soul to revert back to their original state, to their natural state as believers. That's pretty much what I know about that. Maybe if you meet him, you'll know more?
I see. Is it fine to talk about these items?
Oh, of course. Everything that happens is in the name of Loyath. Or, well, in the name of belief, and therefore in the name of Loyath.
I see. So it wouldn't be a problem to tell my friends about it, right?
That is true.
I believe they should know about something like this.
Yeah, of course. If you feel that necessary, well, let them know. Although, well, maybe we should sit together with your friends, because now that we're talking about it, Fabricius was like, he was here just a day ago or maybe two, and he seemed like in a rush. He said something about so much to do, so little time, and he was here to retrieve a package for the Velvet family. Maybe maybe we want to talk about that. Do you know anything about that?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Well, has recently anything happened? You guys haven't mentioned towards her that Valerian is back.
Right. Joe told us to tell her, basically.
He told you to tell her. Yeah. Well, to talk with her about that. With her or Xenros. I'm just making as a GM a very friendly hint here to saying, well, maybe you want to talk about that.
I definitely want, yes. So I'll just repeat the same things that I told Joe to her. About Valerian, about what happened in the town, about the empty crypt, about the fact that Valerian was supposedly never killed but only sealed and has now escaped for whatever reasons. And that he's apparently trying to make Velvet Valley great again. In the worst sense possible.
I mean, whoever would come up with that phrase would probably never mean something good, right?
Sounds like lunacy if you ask me.
There we go. Yeah, I have to reorder your nameplates here.
Oh, I see.
For the stream. There we go. Okay, cool. So as you go more and more detailed about that, she looks more and more worried. Like, unlike Joe, she's not shocked, she's not in fear. Unlike Pedro, she's not quieting down about those facts, unlike Salazar. She's actually just worried. And with that, she says, okay, let's maybe gather with your friends and talk about that. Let's meet in the study. Just get your friends and let's meet in the study. You know that the study is that room right here. That's how they call it.
Okay.
So, now, usually she's really relaxed, but now she's now she's stretched.
She's so stressed that she got stretched.
Usually she's really relaxed, but now she goes with a quickened pace. One fact that you do know, and just letting you know, because you know it, I will send you that one in Discord. Yes, you have home advantage here. Yes, everyone else get that as well, as soon as we're at those stories. Right now we're telling a little bit narrative about the character of Brother Tiberius, but we're also trying to push the story here. That's why we're having this session basically today. So again, with quickened with a quickened step or with a quickened pace, Sister Brunhilde is leaving you in the room. She's almost running there. I don't know if you want to follow in that pace or if you just want to follow in your normal pace. That's now up to you.
Well, she told us, or she told me to gather my friends first, so at the very least I'll tell Shast about it and ask her if she knows where Barnan is.
Well, I don't really know where Barnan is, but I guess he went to the library. He just wanted to look for something. No. Nein, bin ich bescheuert? Es wurde ja gesagt vorm Altar, dass sie zur Bücherei geht. Okay, sorry.
It was perfectly fine as you had it. It was perfectly fine because you can't know where he is right now. It is like an hour later. He might be anywhere, but you know the last place. You recall the last place to be the library where he went.
Okay.
It was perfectly fine. No need for no need for self-down talk here.
I messed up the schedule. The last place that I saw him was in the library. I don't know if he's still there, but I think he is. I guess so.
In that case, we should really hurry and search for him.
Okay. Then let's go.
So
Nope.
yeah, we'll hurry through the rooms and search for Barnan.
Mm-hmm. You'll find him right here where the floors off to the therapy room, church, and the library. And you may do roleplay now. Actually, we're not here for roleplaying only with the NPCs. If you want to, you can have some roleplay right now.
I'm running. We were running, right? Or did we just go fast?
I guess we were just hurrying along. I wouldn't run in a monastery.
Oh, right. Well, I just walked behind Brother Tiberius and were a bit confused why we were running. Brother Tiberius, why we have to hurry a bit.
I was talking to Sister Brunhilde, and she seems to know something about Valerian. And when I told her about it, she kind of lost her cool a bit.
Oh, really? Then we really have to hurry up a bit. Wait, isn't that a Barnan back there in the hallway?
Entrance Barnan.
Guys, why are you running so fast or growing so fast?
We've been looking for you, actually.
Well,
About
I'm here.
everything that's going on in Velvet Valley. I told Sister Brunhilde about it, and she wants to talk with all of us about that. She seems to know a bit more than we do.
Then let's go to her. Where she is.
What did she call the room again? The study?
I think it's worth study.
Yep, the study.
Okay.
Basically the office.
Then, then I'll tell the other two that she's in the study, and you will lead the way over there.
Yeah, you're entering the room, and Brother Tiberius, you do see Brother Xenras. Have I adjusted that one already? No.
Nope.
You know that he, out of all these creatures being here, is probably the oldest one in universal lifetime. And he's one of the wisest. And in comparison with intelligence, he's probably the smartest one. Let me bring that up for you as well. Yeah, you've been talking to these guys. Okay, cool. Yep. So Brother Xenris is next to Sister Brunhilde, and they're talking and shutting, or not shutting up, but they're quitting the talk right the moment that you open the door, and then they say like everybody grab a chair, and after a few seconds of dragging some chairs and bringing them along, you guys do sit together now, and Sister Brunhilde recaps basically what you told her, Brother Tiberius. So she says that and she starts to talk by saying, or she does the recap, and then she follows on by saying, I'm kind of worried that the rumors that have reached the monastery are true, that Valerian is back, and now this seems to be proven here by you, Brother Tiberius. From what you told me, that his crypt was empty and that he actually came back, I'm worried for Valerian himself. We knew that the longest time he didn't do anything good, or well, he actually did very good for Velvet Valley, but he himself became more and more corrupted over the years, and I do believe now that you're saying this, that he may be devoured by one of the soul fragments. Do you guys know about the soul fragments?
No.
I
No.
think we've heard something about that.
Nope. Well, your character for sure.
Not that I can remember anything of soul fragments. So no.
Yeah. So she nods and lets basically Xenros have the word there, and he's starting to explain that that the omni god scattered himself. The omni god was the first god to be ever existent, and he's scattered himself into 491 pieces. Well, that's as they say. And each of these fragments are a part of his personality, the good and the bad ones. Those fragments can split themselves into sub-fragments and actually give a little bit of its inherent power to those creatures that are fulfilled by those fragments. Then, though, if these fragments are too large, they will devour the soul of any living creature, and basically turning that creature into that soul fragment. Still, the body stays the same, the personality is completely absorbed by that soul fragment, but the goals for that character or for that creature will shift towards whatever that for whatever that fragment stood. So now out there, like for centuries now out there are these fragments which partially became gods, like Loyath herself. She was once a priestess and just firmly believing in the Omni God, and she was basically transformed into a goddess because of the shard of belief that basically devoured her soul. Unlike these ones who become gods, those ones who are consumed by fragments and not becoming gods, those souls are banished into the abyss, into nothing. And they actually can't be retrieved anymore, and they can't be reborn as pure and believing souls. Mostly those fragments here on the name for the planet is Moterath, and those fragments wandering here on Moterath are usually either bodiless and thus unbound creatures known as demons, and often worshipped by warlocks as their patrons. And sometimes they are they meet themselves or each other to fuse, and only the stronger part of those personality shards will persist and absorb the inherent power of the other fragment. And that is basically why it is so worrisome that Valerian Velvet is back, because he actually may be devoured, or Valerian may have been devoured, by the fragment of immortality. And that would mean that everyone who's longing for a very long life or immortality would be alert, and alert not as in ALERT, but ALLURED, verführt, to follow these shards, may it be in the body of a mortal soul, or may it be still the soulless vessel, the soulless fragment. Those fragments that remained on this world are usually lesser, sometimes more powerful demons. And again, those demons are frequently looking in selfish attempts to unite with the shards, with other shards, to finally actually come back to paradise, because they do believe that if they would gather enough shards, they can assemble themselves to be gods themselves, and then go back into where they have been, into practically nothing, where there is their paradise, because they are not under like time and not related to anything else. No, that's not about this. And with that, he's finishing his words, and Brunhilde is picking up again, and she says, you know, Valerian was formerly actually killed and banished by a very mighty spell, and that he's now back leads again to the belief that he was devoured by the shard of immortality. So his soul is lost. He's basically a vessel for that shard of immortality now. And this now may explain why as well Salazar and Charles are still alive as well. They have, from what I have heard from the priestesses of this monastery and what they have reported, outlived the lifespan of a normal creature at least twice already, even for their race. That doesn't mean that they're inherently bad creatures now. They don't seem to have fallen into the greed of the immortality. Yet it is very worrisome because they are unnaturally, almost celestial, charming. And especially for Valerian, creatures that are gathering around him. And that is why it's so powerful, are not forced to gather around him. They will just take their chance to finally get a piece of what they actually desire. We really may have to intervene with your brother Tiberius.
That's a lot to take in.
Mm-hmm. I would send that into my Discord as well. What we got here. I will formulate that into whole sentences again and into like a little bit of story there, so you guys can read through it again and again, because that I know that was a lot.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So for now, you will just have to basically remember everything that Sister Brunhilde said. That Valerian is not a mortal creature anymore by what she thinks. Rather, he's immortal, unsterblich. And everyone who's gathering around him is not forced to do that. They do it by their free own will because they are lured by the idea of immortality. And they will assist and support Valerian in attempt to become immortal themselves. That's the theory, at least. Or at least to have like a very long lifespan. Oh, and she confirmed that Valerian was killed and actually banished by a spell, which apparently broke for some reason.
Interesting. So, you know what? Let's do that in character. So, is it possible that Valerian Velvet and... oh god, names, help! And that Castellan Pedro and Sir Solomon are in cahoots with one another?
Almost certainly. They are the forefathers. No one knows how old they really are. This monastery is now probably, I would say, a few hundred years standing here at the foot of the mountain, and there have been 4 priestesses of this monastery, you, Brother Tiberius, know that there's only one priestess at a time in each given monastery, and they're basically the High Mother of the monastery. Sie hat das Sagen. Punkt. And there have been 4 of them, and she says one of them even was an elf, and you guys know how long elves live. And she says, I mean, Shast, you would probably agree that elves live very long. By your looks, you are an elf?
Yeah, that's right. I am an elf, and elves are living pretty long.
Oh, by the way, I just realized I have to mention that Sister Brunhilde, you saw Sister Brunhilde growing up, Brother Tiberius. Because she's like 30-something. Still, she's talking to you as if she was like 500 years old. And,
I mean, you do you.
And being like very old and all such. I just realized that. It just struck me. I always forget how old these characters are that I'm playing here with. Yeah, so she says, yeah, adding that age to the other 3 priestesses that have been formerly here, 2 priestesses that have been formerly here, we have covered quite some time. Yet Salazar, Charles, and Valerian have outlived this time, this whole time, and that is unnatural, even for Castellian Pedro being an elf. I mean, no one knows which race Salazar is inherited. But Valerian, as far as I know, was a human. He isn't supposed to be walking this earth anymore. And now that your brother is helping the Velvet family, Brother Tiberius, I really think we need to intervene with that. I don't want to see him fall into the depth of greed around immortality.
Then how do we intervene?
Well, we would need to get him away from the influence from Valerian Velvet, but he would have to do that on his own will. And I don't think that will be possible. And the problem is, you know that Loyath is a god about belief, and belief doesn't differ between good or bad. So technically, even though, or even if Fabricius would support a bad thing there, he would still believe in something. And with that, he'd rightfully earn the support of Loyath.
Did you guys have any ideas?
Not really.
To be honest, I am still in this phase where you have to put those informations together. Those are
Should I
very much
repeat it in German? So we make...
Nah, it's fine. I just have to sort myself.
Okay, cool.
This
It's
is
completely fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we can end the scene here anyways. Sister Brunhilde is trying to sugarcoat here to Brother Tiberius that Brother Fabricius may follow, and at some point she may actually say that, like out loud, that Brother Fabricius may follow completely different goals now, and that he actually may try to unite multiple soul fragments and gather them up for Valerian Velvet.
Oh yeah, that's what I understood. That he will
And that there's no way to...
surely become an enemy.
And that there's no way to stop him to do that.
Hmm.
Unless you fight him.
Hmm.
So, having that wrapped up, Brother Joe is opening the door and shouting into no Misaika, no fights, not yet. There will come fights. Brother Joe is opening the door, and there's like this dampened and kind of sad, but not really sad, because everyone is still wrapping their head around what just has happened. Atmosphere? And he's just opening the door, throwing it open, and says, "Dinner's ready!" Oh, did I interrupt something? And it is Sister Brunhilde who's happily jumping up, almost so quick that the chair's almost falling over. And then leaving the room, Brother Xenris is following, patiently walking slowly and giving you guys time to think about what happened. But says, but by leaving the room, he says, Brother Joe is not one of the patient ones if it comes to his food. So if you want to have food, you better go there fast. And Brother Joe is walking over there as well. Yeah, you?
Yeah, well, wo ist die Mensa? Kurz, das war im zweiten
Küche.
Stock, oder nicht?
Küche. Einfach hier.
Achso, einfach in der Küche, okay.
Yum. Where's the food?
Yeah, everyone be like, "Where's my food?" Bloop, bloop. And everyone's starting to gather up. And there's like plenty of food plated over here on the long counter. And yeah, that's a lot of people. And now you remember like Brother Brotov and all those guys that you haven't seen in a very long while. And yes, every one of them has a name. And every one of them should be visible in your journals now. at least those, at least so you can see the pictures. So everyone's standing in a line there, patiently waiting for getting some food. I guess you guys obviously were first there. He obviously stands here. Then we've got that character, that character. Whoop. So one after each other, you're being served then by Brother Joe, and are sitting down at the benches. Unless you want to eat like outside or somewhere else, although it's dark outside now. I know the light suggests that there's light coming from the windows, but it's not anymore. I don't have night and days maps. I'm sorry. Well, not yet at least. Not yet at the... You would love, but wait a second. Do you remember this map?
Yeah.
There's also this map.
You've got the
so
map.
so I do have day and night maps, but just not for this map. And no, we're not at Castilian Pedro's place right now. So we're going back to that music. If you press the Alt button. If you press the Alt button.
Oh, okay.
No fight, no night. What it is. Violence is not the answer, it's a question. And the answer is, come on. And that from a character being peaceful and a very jolliful gala.
Right.
No. Yeah, after a while everyone has placed down, and the people who are living here in the monastery are actually praying and having and praying and thanking for the meal and all that kind of stuff. Do you guys join that, or are you just looking them how they do it? Looking at how they do it.
Tiberius will join them.
Okay.
I just start to eat.
That's fine.
I guess I join them two polite ways. Polite reasons.
Mm-hmm. You gain this effect. Maybe a little bit gibberish for you right now, Gensha, but you will learn soon. You will learn soon what it actually means as soon as you've got your spells.
Well, I'm more confused right now because I already got spells.
Oh, you got spells?
Yeah, I'm level 2, and the ranger learns spells at level 2. Level 1 is nothing, at level 2
Oh, true. So, the effect that you've got is basically that you regain one spell slot per long rest at will at any time of the day. Like, you can basically now say that you want to get a spell slot back once per day, once per long rest, just because you want to, for the next 2 days. Which effectively doesn't do anything for you guys because you're not leaving the monastery, most likely. But at least you would have the possibility to. Does that answer your question as well, Yuzuka?
It does, yes.
Cool. The wording was just a little bit off there, and I forgot the at will. So usually if you have like one spell slot, you use it, you can't use it for the whole day, but you now can say like, I want to have my spell slot back. You get the spell slot back. You will eventually have to say as well which spell slot level you'll want to have back, but that's not necessary right now. Yeah, after the prayer is done, everyone is eating, finishing up the evening. Is there anything specific that you want to do? I'm just asking for politeness, basically.
No.
Okay, cool. So we'll skip. Oh, Shast, do you want to?
What time is it right now? Like,
It's evening. It's almost late evening. You've been sitting there for quite a while. In the room, there's been happening a lot. There have been these talks that you had, and it was already late, like late afternoon when you talked, Shast, when you talked to Brother Joe, and that's already 1 hour in real time passed. So I would say that's now like 4 hours later or something like that. So it's probably like 9 o'clock in the evening or something.
okay. So no, I don't want to do anything.
And there's no club, no disco in the near to here anyway, so can't go out partying. Brother Tiberius might know some ant mountains there, ant homes, where there are lots of ants. Maybe you want to party with them. I don't think so, but maybe. But for the better part of the story there, you guys go to the sleeping rooms. Everyone's sleeping. Someone's snoring really loud and it's annoying. But everyone feels really well rested the next morning that you're getting up. You come to talk to Sister Rayla as well. Everyone's talking at dinner and at breakfast time. Maybe a fight could change in the night. No fights, Misaka. So yeah, you come to talk with everyone basically, or everyone talks to everyone. You get to know that there's one of those characters really clumsy, one of them's really smart, one of them's really dexterous, and everyone seems to have like their specific personalities there. You get the offer by Xandros that he might teach you in bookkeeping, which will for you as players, which will result in a 10% discount on all upkeeping costs that you may have, which can only be used once, only applicable once and only by one creature. There's also that would be like 3 days, and that would be 10 gold per person who's trying to learn this. They inform you that there's the mine close by where there are like not transpassable paths because of monsters and bandits and all that kind of stuff, or creatures, not monsters, but creatures, wildlife, dangerous wildlife actually, and that this is a kind of dangerous place, but thus there may be some good loot for you guys. Then Rayla, the herbalist, that one down here, is letting you know that she can teach you how to find the right herbs to brew potions, which would take 5 days and cost 2 gold and 5 platinum pieces per person per day, which basically grants you a feat, being the potion adept, and basically you can, once per long rest, brew a potion, provided that you have enough ingredients, or create a potion with an unknown but unharming effect. And the longer or the more frequent you use the feat, the stronger it becomes, and it may even stabilize the potions, so you actually know what it does and it doesn't have any side effects. So it could be a potential way for you guys to be able to brew your own healing potions later on. But that's in some 10, 12 gold and 5 platinum pieces per creature. And apart from that, that's basically ending the breakfast. And with that, Brother Joe is taking Shast with him and leaving the monastery, or actually is going back into the gardens somewhere up here to like the herb garden, and walking around and showing not just Shast but the whole group of creatures that came to actually learn how to cook that special recipe, or how to learn and understand the essentials of cooking. And with that, basically Shast is gone for like 8 hours now. Do you want to do any of those other possible actions?
Nope.
Oh, and also you can go into therapy for 3 weeks to mitigate one, in brackets, minor traumatic past experience. So if you have something that happened in your past that your character didn't got over with, but you think he should come over with, so you can play more into a maybe different area or a different direction to be more happy, or to be more self-centered, more not self-centered, but more centered within himself, then you could go to therapy here as well. Just letting you know. Tagok is doing his cleaning thing again. Sister Brunhild is going to pray for pretty much the whole day there. Barnan is being asked whether he wants to play some cards. There are some cards here on the table. These ones right there.
Well, then I play card.
And doing that, these two lovely ladies and that fellow will actually join you in playing cards. But Xenras may talk a little bit more about the soul fragments with Brother Tibirus, if Brother Tibirus is interested.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And he will, if Brother Tibirus is asking about the green crystal, is he interested in that as well, or is he just interested in the soul fragments for now?
I guess we'll keep it at the soul fragments for now.
Okay, cool. So you do get more talk about the soul fragments, and a more in-depth talk about like how it came that they estimated there like 491 and why that specific number and all that kind of shenanigans, which frankly I haven't prepared yet. They don't add up to the story. That is just some minor details that you may add yourself if you want to. If you don't want to, I can add them. Though, wait a second. He will let you know. Wait a second. I forgot to mention something very important there. Where is it? Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's talking more about the soul fragments for now. Fast forwarding, in the evening, everyone's coming back, everyone's healthy, everyone's happy. Joe has cooked some more food later on, after coming back, and everyone's gathering at the tables again. If you want to, you can follow the prayers again. You don't have to, they're not forcing you. Everyone's just doing as they please, pretty much. Shast and Brother Joe probably still talking about what they learned today and what this day brought. And then Brunhilde is actually taking the word while eating. If you want to pray, please just write one in chat, into the Roll20 chat. Then, yeah, Brunhilde is taking the word and says, I may have found a way to prove the celestial nature of Valerian Velvet, well, of the shard within Valerian Velvet. I was praying the whole day, basically, and also thinking how we can proceed with this now. And I remembered a very, very old scroll that I once read. And that was mentioning a non-celestial relict, actually, which can be retrieved in the forest unknown. Well, with that relic, you should be able to see those fragments and maybe determined by its color. And the scroll is very vague on that, but it says like you will know when you see which fragment it is. Yet I don't feel comfortable sending you guys there because there was no one ever reported to be able coming back from that forest unknown.
I just stood up on the table and asked them, which forest do you talked about?
She's almost spilling her soup and looking a little bit baffled there. She says, "Forest unknown? You know, the one northwest of Velvet Valley."
Well, to be honest, I know this forest very good. Or more or less, I've been there trapped. As a
You came
child.
out of there?
Yeah. I came out of there, but I can't really remember much of it. How I exactly just get out of the forest. But yeah,
Is there any proof that you came out of there? I do trust you, but that is groundbreaking news. As I said, no one ever was reported to be able to come back from the forest. There may have been a few, but again, no one ever was reported to.
Well, how exactly could I prove something like this? You maybe could ask my uncle or my step parents. Is this right?
Stiefeltern?
Yeah.
Step parents. Though,
Yeah.
though. Stiefeltern? Usually you have just one step parent. Like, usually you would have a father, and if he marries another mother, which is not your biological mother, then that would be your stepmother.
I mean, can I just ask real quick on German?
Sure.
Ich meine, ich hatte ja nicht so richtige Eltern. Ich bin einfach im Wald aufgewacht und wusste nichts. Das war ja meine.
I know. Adoptive. Adoptiv.
Yeah.
Adoptive.
Okay, then I have to change it in my bio. You could ask my adoptive parents. Maybe they can remember more of it. Adoptive. Yeah.
Well, we may certainly do that. And now she's a little bit aus dem Konzept gebracht. She kind of lost her concept there, and now a little bit staggered. She then says, after a while, for breathing and finding her inner peace again there, she says, I mean, if you did it once, I really don't want to suggest going into a forest that wouldn't let you out, but this relict may really help you guys. Not just for this task, in finding out what Valerian Velvet really is, but if you're interested in that, this may be one of your greatest helps.
I mean, if I get out of the forest once, I probably can go. No, not go out. I'm not going out the forest. I probably can get out of the forest twice. This is my fault.
I mean, that's totally up to you guys what you want to do. By the way, talking about totally up to you, do you already know which path you're taking back home? From what Tiberius told me, you would have to leave tomorrow in the evening, right?
If we use the same path as before, yes. We have to leave tomorrow at the evening.
Yep. That's a question to Barnan and Brother Tiberius as well.
I think we take the same road.
I mean, there are like 3 routes, as we remember. Just in case you forgot, right? There are 3 routes. you've got the route at the shore. You've got the technically fastest route through the mines, which is probably the most dangerous one, and then you've got another fast route or fast-ish route around the or through the inner lands, and that one is exactly as long as the other one, but despite having creatures attacking you, you may have social encounters on there. That is what Salazar told you, that there may be merchants and they are like infamous for keeping people and talking to them, and this may then delay your movement. But you're safe from creatures just because from harmful creatures, just because how commonly used that path is. So, but if you all agree on taking the same path back, that's fine as well.
I leave Brother Tibirus and Barnan the choice of the route, Navi, wie auch immer.
Route.
Navi. I think we take the same road again.
And Brother Tiberius, you've got your wagon, which looks sturdy, but is certainly not meant for going off track, off road. Brother Tiberius is not talking to us anymore. Oh, now he is.
I mean, since we have a wagon with us, the best route would probably be the merchant's route, since that's the one with the best roads, I'd guess.
It is. It is the most commonly used, most frequently used route, and most people and tourists would use that way. Specifically because there may be bandits as well, but there are no wildlife creatures usually, unless you're like traveling in the night. Then you should be like safe from pretty much everything there.
Oh, it's the safest route that we take.
Well, you
If
you
we
guys
had that wagon,
you guys still have like one night to sleep over, Sister Brunhild says, and you're wrapping up the food, the dinner, and she leaves you with that. If you want to discuss that now, you can still discuss it. I'm just trying to get some more progress done here.
I think the best way to go with that not off-road wagon, the safest route.
Not off-road wagon. Yeah, cool. Okay, so we're taking or you're taking the merchant's route there. So next day passes. Brother Joe is asking you, Shast, for the money that you haven't paid yet. Off-road, no Misaka, no off-road.
Mine way.
off-road, more like fight road. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That is what Misaka is rooting for here.
Yeah.
We had like 2 fights last time. So, if you like fights, just make sure to rewatch the last VOD. The last D&D VOD.
Well,
yeah, now you're being asked to pay now, Shast, and coming back, the whole monastery or whole crew of the monastery basically has prepared some lunch packages there for you, lunch boxes for you, or packages for you, at least 1 day ratios. If you haven't ate your ratios, your special ratios, in brackets, that you retrieved by your family members or by the family members of Brother Tiberius, they are spoiled by now. And you probably don't want to eat them anymore. Unless you've got a toilet nearby. Then it's absolutely safe to eat. And
But I need more.
you need more.
Yes.
You can ask Brother Joe for some more ratios.
Yes.
How many do you want to buy?
9.
9. Then he says that's 20 silver pieces each.
Wait, what?
Well, he knows demand. Supply and demand, he says. Angebot und Nachfrage.
20? Wären das nicht...
It's very expensive.
It is. But the food that you get from Brother Joe is probably the best food that you can get in the whole region of Valeritas. Valeritas being the region that you're currently resided in.
Can I pay him?
Oh, you can still bargain.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Not bargaining with the church. Don't want to end up in hell, he says.
Give him 2 gold pieces.
Oh, that's generous. That's 20 silver pieces more than you would have to pay.
I know that. That's why he gave me 1 ration extra.
Yeah, exactly. He gave you 10 ratios because you paid for 10. And with that, yeah, everyone's saying farewell and wishing you the best of luck. And well, not Xenros. Xenros is over his books again up here. And especially Sister Brunhilde is like making sure that you got everything, that you haven't forgotten anything, and that you and wishing you like all the best. And if you want to interact one last time with them, you can do right now. If you don't want to, well, you will have to wait for the potential next time.
Well, I wave at Brother Joe and of course all the other guys over there, but I say looking forward to see you again, Brother Joe.
He's nodding and says likewise.
Why did they change the position?
Because of being able to see.
Oh, okay.
You can't look through walls, can you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, I'll send you what you received there. Yeah, I will set that as a feat in your character sheet after the session. Then, Brother Tiberius, anything left?
Nope.
Cool. So we go back to this one. You guys are making your way, and we not have that one anymore. We've got that one. Okay, you guys are leaving the monastery of faith that you've visited, like 2 of you have visited the first time in your life, and still after 1 full day worth of march, of marching, you can see it standing there tall and pride, and reminiscing over the good encounters you had there, over the very interesting encounters, and still thinking about, especially you, Brother Tiberius, how all that has turned out, and how that will change the future, and how that will change how you interact with certain characters. You're having your first rest. Nothing's happening. Again, this is the most secure way. You find a good place. You're pretty well hidden. Same for the second and for the third day. I would like to have a roll, a d20 roll against 5 for a possible encounter.
From everyone?
From the first one who's rolling 1d20.
Wish me best luck. Oh, wait, I forgot the R.
Alrighty, Barnan has decided you have an encounter.
Yay!
Oh,
Cool. Good thing that I totally prepared that.
well, this would be a perfect cliffhanger for next time.
The encounter basically is you're seeing in the distance a few wolves. Where are my wolves? There we go. And you can decide whether you want to attack them or not. Oh yeah, I'll have to drag you on the map. They seem far enough away that they will not attack you. And the last time, they wouldn't attack you as well. So, no real reason to fight them unless you really want to.
Nope. I just want to go ahead.
Everyone's so silent. I guess that's agreeing.
Yeah.
There's always a reason to fight, Misaka says.
Nope.
I mean, now I got the meme template and in my head where the duck is with the knife and there's just a bottom text. Peace was never an option.
Okay, so you guys are proceeding, and you're having a really good pace, and then you seem to be very, very good on pace. Like you're completely in time track. And then the next evening, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th evening of your travel, you actually come to happen. So certain this was prepared. Oh yeah, and I didn't know where the characters will come from. That's why I haven't prepared. You do see a setup of merchants. It is already late at evening. You can see a fire glowing up here. There's something over that fire. It smells incredibly good, like food, like grilled food. You see some horses standing over here, being bound to those trees. It is kind of late. Still, there's still bright light, or bright enough light to see actually the leashes that are binding these horses here. And you see that there are guards standing out there. While you're trespassing, there, like the first one, the second one, is asking you where you're going and where you're heading to, especially at that time.
We are on our way to Velvet Valley.
Velvet Valley. That's interesting. Yes. We are on the same way. Or almost the same way. Do you stay for a moment? Do you want to stay for the moment? We're always looking for, well, nice adventurers to talk to.
I just look at Brother Tiberius and ask him if we should stay here for a moment.
It's just for the night. I mean, you can't travel too far anyways. And as far as I know, this is the best place to rest.
So what do you think, guys?
Well, I try to a bit like hide behind Tiberius. I know it's not good.
Good idea.
Yeah.
You almost 2 meters, he almost 1 meter.
Yeah.
Best option.
Well, and I say, like a bit shy to Barnan. I really don't know. Sorry. The option is to yours. I just gonna agree with your view.
Well, you heard the woman. We stay here.
And he's taking a step aside, pointing towards the fire, and says, "You should best announce yourself to Jimriff." Pointing at that one. You don't want to get smashed by Udraf. Trust me, that's not a beautiful sight. And with that, you're walking over to Jimriff the merchant and nameplates. And Udraf, who are having a very great barbecue. He's greeting you, Jimriff is greeting you, basically with the words, "Now that's awesome, finally someone to eat with." And with that, we're making a stop and finishing today's session. 3 hours are done. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please stay in Discord for just a brief more moment. I will finish my stream, and then I'll be back with you guys. And then we can talk about whatever happened today. And with that, just say hi, bye to the stream. And
Good golf stream.
Good God. Oh.
Golf.
And Yuzuka unmuted himself. Okay, I'll just mute you guys now. Okay. There we go. No, wait a second. Yeah. There we go. Okay. He wants to eat them all. Maybe he wants. Maybe he doesn't. We will find out next week, Tuesday, when we're playing Dungeons and Dragons again. I hope it was interesting for you guys. I know it was a lot to take in, and it was a lot of story. I will have like a more explanatory text about what those soul fragments are and how they are tied into the story on my Discord. !Discord in chat to join my Discord. Also, don't forget, if you like this kind of content, to leave a follow for this YouTube, for this Twitch channel. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and say hi in chat next time if you want to, and if you actually have an account. I, for myself, had a lot of fun today. It was really interesting how the characters have actually interacted, specifically because usually Yuzuka is the one who's chatting a lot, and he didn't talk too much. I tried to hold it, to hold the balance there, to have everyone talking a little bit. I know Sage's character, Barnan, is not too integrated right now, but that's because this literally is a story part of the background story of Brother Tiberius, and we will get more into the background stories of all the other characters as soon as possible as well. The Forest Unknown is already hinting towards the background story of Shast, so if the people are taking on it, if the guys are going to have a take on that, they will be able to actually join that background story and to figure out what's up with the forest and why it's unknown, why never ever someone came out there, and maybe we will reveal a mystery there and find that artifact. But that is another story for another time. Next time we will come back to Velvet Valley and what has changed in that city in this 4 weeks that the character hasn't, or this month that those characters, that the player group hasn't been there. That is the next time story. If you want to know how that turns out, make sure to tune in again Tuesday at 8 p.m. CEST, that is UTC +2. I hope you enjoyed today's session, and if you did, make sure to let people know to tune in to these sessions on Tuesday. With that being said, have a great evening, have a great morning, have a great afternoon, wherever you and whenever you're watching this, and enjoy yourselves. See you tomorrow for playing some Horizon Zero Dawn, actually.